Now to the Texas border with Mexico. You know, all year we have watched a humanitarian crisis evolve there. A record number of migrants building at the border. Texas spending $3 billion of state tax money to increase the law enforcement presence. Part of that likely needed, part of it is clearly politics. The question is any of it making a difference? That's first up for Ross Ramsey, the co-founder and executive editor of the Texas Tribune. Ross, let's start with that. Texas dumping a lot of money on the border. It has not slowed the number of migrants coming here. So what are taxpayers really getting for that investment?
Well, that's still to be seen. You know, the governor wants to build a wall. He wants to pick up Donald Trump's effort to put a barrier on the border. They've done a little bit of that. They're talking to companies about that. They've got a big presence of Department of Public Safety troopers and Texas National Guard troops on the border. They've got to pay their salaries and such. But those guys can only do things, they can only arrest migrants who break Texas laws once they get over here. They can't enforce federal immigration law. So it's kind of a mixed bag. The other thing is that a lot of the people that are being put into jail by those guards and by those troopers, the courts are backed up and the lawyers are backed up, and they've had to release some of them because they didn't have time to try them.
Interesting. Let's look back at 2021 for a moment here. Republicans got almost every single thing they wanted. Does any of that motivate Democrats going into the midterm elections here in just a few months?
I think it might motivate them. I think really the Republicans have the better hand going into this election year. They got a lot of things that they really wanted. Governor Abbott and other incumbents sort of held off the most conservative, noisy Republicans who might challenge them in primaries. It's a midterm election in a Democratic president's White House, and the Republicans drew the map. So it kind of looks like a GOP year ahead.
Indeed so. Ross, back to you in a moment. Thank you.